Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is David, this is David K Reacts, and today I'm going to be looking at another new music duo in this case, although three people in this song. I wasn't going to introduce another group before the new year, but I was looking, I had one space to fill in my intended calendar before Christmas itself. And I was looking to see if Tim Foust had actually done any Christmas music on his own, kind of like Jeff does for VoicePlay, or rather Jeff from VoicePlay does, whether Tim from Home Free also did. And I didn't find anything specific to him directly, but what I did find was the Hound and the Fox's version of We Three Kings with Tim as a guest. And so I decided I would do that now. The Hound and the Fox has been recommended to me by several people, actually. I realize I don't have my traditional list. Here we go. You know what? I think a few people before I'd started keeping track, but Karina Rederbeck, I hope I have pronounced the surname correctly, in particular recommended The Hound of the Fox, and I thought someone else had done, but I don't have that recorded. Anyway, I saw that and I thought, well, you know what? This is a great song. This is a good one to do for now. So I will do it for now. Pardon the flashing, just switching screens. We Three Kings is a really interesting song. I love it. I think you can do some really cool things with it harmonically, so I'm interested to see what happens here. Also, of particular note, it was the first carol to come out of the United States, originally composed in the United States, to achieve widespread success, I guess. It was actually written originally by John Henry Hopkins Jr. In 1857, and it was written for a Christmas pageant being held at the General Theological Seminary in New York City. And his family and friends enjoyed singing it, and he eventually put it into one of his books that he published of music, and it started to take off from there. So, you know, it's in terms of carol history, it has a sort of place of note. And yeah, I'm really interested to see what the Hound and the Fox and Tim do. I'm also interested to sort of quote unquote meet the Hound and the Fox. It's Riley and Mackenzie, a husband and wife duo. And as I understand it, they started out by doing videos for the a cappella groups, Home Free, Pentatonics, and so on, and got to a point where they started a Patreon and were able to begin doing their own work. So I'm very curious to see how this works out. Before I start into that, welcome to my channel. If you haven't been here before, welcome back if you have. I'm going to watch this video straight through and react over the top of it, but I'm not going to pause it at all. Then I'm going to go back and analyze a little bit and see what I can pull out of it with the experiences that I have to draw upon. If you like this, please do like the video, hit subscribe and notify for my future video releases. And also you can head over to buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts if you would like to buy me a coffee and donate to the channel. And a quick reminder that over this holiday period until the end of January 2023, 50% of all donations to my Buy Me a Coffee page will be going to the PTSD Association of Canada. Yes, oh, and the last thing is just a quick reminder, I have my goal to reach 1,000 subscribers. And I would love to do that by the end of the year, so if you're not subscribed and you're enjoying my work, please do hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. And one thing I forgot to mention a second ago, also thank you to Ellen and Nikki, who recently purchased coffees for me. I very much appreciate that. Thank you. Alright, so without any further delay, let's bring this video up. Whoops, I've done that again. Full screen. And here is the Hound and the Fox and Tim Foust, featuring Tim Foust, with We Three Kings. Well, that's a cute logo.
We three kings of Orient are, bearing gifts we traverse afar.
Oh, this is lovely.
Field and fountain, moor and mountain, following yonder star. Born a king on Bethlehem's plain, gold I bring to crown him again.
Oh, I love this.
King forever, ceasing never.
that visual.
Star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light.
Oh, that's nice. I like slowing down those last few words.
Frankincense to offer have I.
Tim down in his boots. Love it.
Incense owns a deity nigh. Prayer and praising voices raising, worshiping God on high.
Woo!
Myrrh is mine, its bitter perfume breathes life of gathering noon.
Oh, I love the tone of her voice.
Sorrowing, sighing, bleeding, dying, sealed in the stone cold tomb. Oh, star of
Ooh, that harmony. Wow.
star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy
Oh, that's stunning.
perfect light, thy perfect light. Glorious now, behold him arise.
That's a lovely choice. The drop back.
King and God and sacrifice.
Alleluia, alleluia.
Sounds through the earth and skies.
Sounds through the earth and skies.
Oh, that's lovely.
Hey everybody!
Oh.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and a huge thank you to Tim Foust for being on this song and in this video. It was amazing to have him.
If you guys want to get this song and many others, we have a full Christmas album this year. We're not quite sure what it's called yet at the filming of this video, but it's out. There's links in the description and everything. You can get it on iTunes. We have physicals that we can sign and stuff, so go check those links out.
Huge thanks to Shane Styles of Shane Styles Photography for the epic drone shots.
Amazing stuff. And
Oh, yeah.
of course, always to our patrons. You guys are what
Yes.
make this possible to bring guys like this out, this amazing fella, and come to cool places like this. So thank you to all of our patrons.
If you do not know who Tim Foust is, you need to go check him out. He is part of an a cappella group called Home Free, and they are amazing.
And I hope you'll come check us out on tour. We're on the road all the time in a city near you. Check out homefreemusic.com for dates.
One of the best live shows I've ever seen in my life. You gotta go see it. It's amazing. If you want to subscribe to us, there's a button somewhere. Another recent video, or maybe something of this guy's over there. And check out Patreon, subscribe, all those things. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, they're so sweet. That's so good. I really like this arrangement. There is such a simplicity to what they're doing with this, which is exactly what this song requires. I think you run the risk of making We Three Kings too complicated. I've heard that done before, and it can be impressive, but it loses. Like if you think about the melody of We Three Kings, it is inherently very simple. That doesn't mean that a simple melody means it should have a simple arrangement, but there's something about this one in particular that I feel like if you get too complex, it starts to deconstruct a little bit. So I think they've absolutely nailed the balance here. And it's just also the three voices together. I love. We'll talk about this. I'm going to go back and watch this through, but yeah, that's great. I really like this. I'm really excited to hear more Hound the Fox now as well. I love what they've done with this. I'm really, really interested to see what else they have. Notes, though, quickly before I do go back. Yes, Shane Styles Photography. Those drone shots are stunning. The setting for this was perfect, and just especially some of the long drone footage is just gorgeous. Rest of the video shot by Riley and Mackenzie, so they do things themselves. That's great. Mixed by Riley, so he's got a very good sound, very good ear for mixing that kind of sound. recorded by Riley and Darren Rust, mastered by Bill Hare. Well done to everybody, because this is great. Let's go back and... Oops, done it again. Let's go back and look at this from the top. That's really cute, especially as, you know, just a couple doing stuff, bringing, obviously they're getting into their success, I guess, if they're having an album out right now, as this video comes out, which was 4 years ago, I want to say. Just quickly before yeah, 2018, so 4 years ago. But I love, this is so simple. Its logo design is so important. You need to understand, like, the number of times. The thing that gets me is when you see graphic design companies whose logos are illegible. And just H&F. This is really simple. I like it. It's a weird thing to comment on, but this kind of thing stands out. Anyway. I love that as an intro. Just 4 bars ostinato from the guitar. Ostinato being a repeated sort of, usually a bass line. That's such a great way to start this. And what a, like, jumping back to, once we get it into full color. What a, just look at that. It's such a good shot. Just the 3 walking figures. Also, almost, not quite, I'm guessing this may or may not have been deliberate. I don't know. It kind of just goes with the size of the font and the style of the font. But I love that they're under the word 3. One of those weird things my eye picks up on, but I like that. But this is such a lovely way to start this video. You know, what would a caravan of people looked like back then? Just wandering through the desert. It must have been a very solitary existence for the group that you were traveling with. I can't quite imagine. I'm sure it probably still is today, traveling across the desert. I haven't had the opportunity. I wonder where this was filmed, actually. I don't think it said in the credits, but this landscape is stunning.
We three kings of Orient are.
Straight away, what I love about this is you can hear 3 distinct voices, of course, but in 3 distinct pitches. She's up high, Riley is sitting somewhere in the middle, and Tim is, of course, down in the bass. And you've got this beautiful distance between them that, even though they're singing in 3-part harmony, you can hear all 3 parts incredibly clearly. Their voices work together really, really well. Tim was an excellent choice for this too. Also interesting harmonically what they're doing here, because they're ending on an inversion. Tim is not ending, you know, we 3 kings of Orient are the tonic note there. He's ending down here on the dominant. And it just gives it a really nice sense of, you know, this phrase isn't quite complete yet. We're about to carry on, which is just, it's a nice touch. It's unexpected, and it works really nicely on the ear, I think.
Bearing gifts, we traverse afar, field and fountain, moor and mountain, following yonder star.
And there again, he's finished that entire verse on the dominant. And it's interesting because when the bass is the thing that's on the dominant, it feels really unfinished. You could have a very strong dominant in a chord. You know, just a power chord, a tonic and a dominant, the 1st and the 5th, is a very powerful chord in and of itself. But it's when the dominant is on the bottom, you have that sense of not quite being finished, and it gives you the sense that something else is about to come. But I love how they go in, they have these slightly more open chords, and then when they lead in, straight on field. Just wanted to double check it was there where it started. Field and fountain, you start to fill out into these slightly more, for want of a better phrase, conventional chords, slightly more complete chords. And then as they come back down again to a fa, it peels back out, so you have again that dominant bass, and things sound a little bit more open. It's a really nice choice for having already having a flow to a single verse.
Moor and mountain, following yonder star. Born a king on Bethlehem's plain,
So nice too. You just have these two instruments here. Like we've now added a synth to the background on top of the guitar. The guitar is forming the bass line, just with the bottom notes that it's playing, and you just have that simple. It's almost like a counterpoint melody going on. That's totally different whenever Riley isn't singing here, and it's such a nice touch. And again, it's higher, and so it stands clear of his singing, and it's just this little embellishment that happens between each of his lines. It's a really nice combination.
Bethlehem's play, gold I bring to crown him again, King forever.
Also really, really well balanced in the mix. Like it's clearly doing something while he's singing, but it only stands out when he's not, which is fantastic.
Him again, King forever, ceasing never, over us all to reign.
That's really nice. Like it's filling in the harmony really, really nice there, especially in those last few, nicely even, those last few notes.
Over us all.
Da, 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 da. It just it fills the harmony out in a way that it isn't being offered by the guitar and the vocal in a really, really nice way. My cat's just decided it's food time. I'm just going to pause for 1 second, otherwise this. Or maybe he just. Do you want to come up? Do you want to meet everybody? You haven't been on one of these yet. Let's see. Yes, he's going to come up for a minute. This is Timmy. Say hi, Timmy. See if he chills out here. I might have to pause and go and feed him first. But yeah, I really like what's going on with the verse here. This is great. I'm just going to go back a tiny bit.
Over us all to reign.
Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright.
I love that as we come into this this phrase here, Tim has come up and he's kind of joined in closer, so we have slightly more a slightly tighter harmony happening. It's not that widespread of the three different voices anymore. Just for a second it's all come together, and then we've got room to expand back out again. That's really nice.
Westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light.
I really like that. You'd expect it to be, guide us to thy perfect light. Just carrying on with that same speed, the same pace, but they have the perfect light, and just pull it back, slow it down for those last three syllables, and that's really nice. I like that.
Thy perfect light.
And that's really nice because now you still have that fifth, but now it's in more of a triad. You have Tim down on the tonic. It's actually Riley in the middle who is singing the fifth, the dominant, and we have Mackenzie up on the top on the third, forming that lovely open triad. That's really nice. My goodness, these drone shots. Wow. I love this too, that you just see the footprints going through. There's nothing in front of them. And you just see the footprints traveling through the sand. And you can sort of see where they were moving around for the different shots that they've been taking. It's just a really nice touch. But these dunes, this is a beautiful locale to film.
Frankincense to offer have I.
And now we go into traditional Tim, and he gets his own verse that is right down in his boots, and it's lovely because it's one thing, and this is what I'm so impressed with both of the basses I've covered so far, Tim and Jeff, is it can be sometimes a bass melody can sound bare because it's because it's not where we expect to hear melody, and a lot of harmony relies on having a bass note down at the bottom. And what they do really well when they take the solos in their groups, what Jeff does really well on his own, I haven't heard Tim on his own yet, but what is happening really well in the arrangement that's been written here is, and this is particularly good with just two other vocalists, the harmony is still fleshed out enough that it's there, and it's not, the bass is standing out, it's not standing alone. And I think that's a really good combination for this for the singing that they're doing.
Incense owns a deity nigh. Prayer and praising voices raising, worshiping God on high.
Woo! That note, wow. That's beautiful. It's also kudos to Riley for the mixing of this. He's mixed the harmony in really well so that it's supporting Tim, not drifting behind him somewhere. That's really, really nicely done. Again, beautiful drone shots coming up. Also, such a nice choice to go straight from Tim right down at the bottom up to Mackenzie's line, which is this lovely sort of mezzo range that we've got going on here. And you're going from the low of the group to the high of the group, which is something I've always said I enjoy, is hearing those differences. This is really effective here.
Breathe the life of gathering moon. Sorrowing, sighing, bleeding, dying, sealed in the stone cold tomb.
That's so nice. Sorrowing, sighing, bleeding, dying. These traumatic, painful, unpleasant experiences. This almost wail in the harmony. This empathy that's coming out, and then you get that beautiful break back to just a solo line for the extreme loneliness of sealed in a stone cold tomb. That arrangement there is so good. Just before we carry on too, I love the simplicity of the costuming here. You've got the little bit of jewelry and the silver sort of gladiators that Mackenzie's wearing, and everything else is black. And that's so good, not only for just being a really nice kind of foundational clothing choice, but black against the desert is perfect because it stands out so well. And you just have... You can have those great shots of shadow, of course, and that would stand out as normal, but they also stand out beautifully against it when they're in full lighting like they are now. And that's a great, great choice. This harmony. I'm going to go back on this, which is why I'm pausing it in the middle. The richness, the fullness of the sound right here. The guitar's much thicker. You've got strummed chords happening now. The potency of these three singing together like this. They filled out that harmony the way that they've chosen to structure the chords that they're singing right now. It's filled out so much more than it has been earlier in the song, and you get this almost celebratory feel out of this chorus. It's even in the percussion, actually, you've got this spread because you have the tambourine, which is a very high-pitched sound, and this very kind of it sounds like quite a resonant bass, this dum dum that's happening down there, and so you have this split, which means the percussion is also standing. It's not bursting out of the arrangement, but we are aware of it. We know it's happening. That's great.
Guide us to
That's so good too. The Thy Perfect Light, we think we know where it's going to go and it doesn't go there. We end on this chord right here. It is not resolved. It is not where you think it was going to go a second ago. It's gone somewhere different, and it's set us up beautifully for then that repetition of Thy Perfect Light, which is also not going to resolve. And you don't actually, by the time it hits perfect, you don't actually think it's necessarily going to resolve. I feel like maybe it's going to go to the fourth, the dominant, or the subdominant, excuse me. Do something different. Maybe there'll be a key change. But that's not where we end up going. We go here. And now we've had a perfect run-in to coming back into this incredibly quiet verse. We've had the massive climax that's just going to pull right back. But we've been set up with, I think that's a dominant. Yeah, it's dominant seventh. Leading right back into. And there's even that simple choice there of all the voices cut out, but you could hear an echo from the instruments just over the very, very beginning of Mackenzie's line here. And then we go back to that very, very simple, like just occasional chords, 2 or 3 note chords, 2 note chords, I think, just being plucked on the guitar, very sparse, to allow this very, very quiet moment.
King and God and sacrifice. Alleluia, alleluia.
Sounds through the earth and skies.
Sounds through the earth and skies.
Even there, finishing on 3, I think it's 3 octaves of unison there. Yeah. For a second I thought Riley was singing the dominant, but he's not. Oh my goodness, what a strong ending to, like, it's strong in its quietness, which is a great thing to be able to say, because it makes this very, very impactful. I'm going to go back a tiny bit further, actually. I love this very, very simple visual here of the portrait of the face changing into the portrait of the face. We have the moment of the 3 of them, and then back to Tim's face. These 3 silhouettes. It's great.
King and God and sacrifice. Alleluia, alleluia.
Sounds through the earth and skies.
Sounds through the earth.
That shot right there. We're back to where we were at the beginning. This time they're standing still rather than walking, because it's nice. We've come to the end, so everything is still. But look at that. Perfect silhouette. I don't know if that's been edited or if it was just the perfect lighting to get these solid silhouettes, because everything is so in shadow. Like, I'm looking... I can't see any, like anything in the sand. May just be my eyesight, but it looks like it's completely... So I don't know whether that's been smoothed over in post, or if it's just that's what the quality of the lighting was. Whichever is the case, that is just such a great visual right there. And absolutely perfect for this song.
Skies.
Wow. That is such a good arrangement of such a fantastic Christmas Carol. That is, I think, immediately one of my favorite arrangements of We Three Kings, actually, and I've heard a lot. But it's just, the balance in it is so just knife edge perfect. I'm really impressed with the arrangement. Of course, the voices. Wow. And then the mixing that's been done to it, and the mastering as well. But the mixing of the levels between the different voices and the instruments is, you've just got this perfect blend. I'm really, really impressed with that. So yes, this is wonderful. I'm glad I did a search on YouTube for Tim Foust Christmas. And didn't find anything on his channel, but I found this, and I'm really glad I did, because this is great. And thank you to Karina, and I'm sorry whoever else it was who recommended The Hound and the Fox to me. I am really looking forward to digging more into them, because this is lovely, and I'd love to hear what they do when it's just the two of them as well. I know normally I like to do introductions to groups with just the group, but I had a little bit more of an agenda this time around, which is why I've done the video with Tim. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and my reactions and analysis as much as I enjoyed just listening to this and studying it. It's a great piece. If you did like it, please hit the like button, subscribe. Let's get to that 1,000 subscriber goal. Hit the notification bell if you like. You can also subscribe and not hit the notification bell if you just want to help the channel but not get notified every time I post. My regular videos, Fridays, 5 p.m. And over this holiday period, I'm trying to do an extra one each week. And who's to say what Christmas itself will hold? And yeah, head over to buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts if you would like to. And I hope that this was fun for you. So thank you again very much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope you take care, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.